Hi, this is Dave Mason from Driggs Title Agency, and today I'm going to do a recap of the class that we did this past Thursday for beginning WordPress. So the first thing you want to do is to log into WordPress. This is my little test site. So I'm going to go to my domain name. Hi, this is Dave Mason from Driggs Title Agency, and today I'm going to do a recap of the class that we did this past Thursday for beginning WordPress. So the first thing you want to do is to log into WordPress. This is my little test site. So I'm going to go to my domain name .com. In this case, it's dmason.ifoundidx.com /wp-admin. And it'll take you to a login screen like this. I'm using LastPass, so it's automatically going to log me in. So you can see my LastPass thing here. I'm using Firefox. So let's get started. A couple things to, just to be aware of. WordPress is a very flexible tool for making websites. People think it's just used for blogging. That's part of it, and you can use your WordPress website as a website. For example, this is an agent website, and it's built on WordPress. It's actually the same theme I'm using as my test site. It just finished. So, there's the website, and we've got the blog here. But all of this in the menu, this is all just like a regular website. So, when people say it's just for blogging, that's not accurate. You can blog on it. You can build a blog into WordPress. And anyway, so let's get started. So we're going to do, let's get back to here real quick. So there's the main thing you're going to be concerned about are posts and pages. So the pages, for example, these are the pages of the website. You got a buyer page, seller page, meet Sean, testimonials. The blog is different. This is where the posts go into. Contact me, that's a page. The pages are static. This Meet Sean page is going to be here every time somebody comes to seanhan.com. However, when they go to the blog is going to put in different content. The newest content's always going to go to the top. So, the older posts keep getting pushed down. That's actually that's actually very good for search engine optimization. Google reads pages from top down, and they only go so far down. So you want the newest information up top, plus it makes it easier for your visitors to find what's new on your site as well. All right, so we're actually going to come in here and do a post. So I'm going to come down to my dashboard. I'm going to go to Posts, Add New. And I'm going to put a title in for my test post. In this case, we're going to call it, let's do Sweetwater Ranch Homes for Sale. And normally here, you want to put in 200, 300, 400 words. That's what you need to get found in Google. I recommend more than maybe 250, at least 250. You'll read varying SEO experts talk about how much, they'll say 200, but if I'm going to write 200, I'm probably going to write 250 just to be on the safe side. So this is where I'm going to write about Sweetwater Ranch. And I would go on for 250 words. Now what I'm typing in is called the WYSIWYG editor, which stands for what you see is what you get. So however it looks in here is what it's going to look like online, or what a visitor is going to see. Now I want to point out there's two different tabs. There's a visual tab. Most of the time you're going to be in the visual tab. The text tab is where if you grab code, which I'm going to show you how to put a video in shortly, you need to be in the text tab. So, but right now I don't need to be there because I'm just typing text. I'm going to put a picture in. Let's see, so I just click Add Media, and I'm going to put a photo in. Let's see, I'll put a picture of a house in. And I can pick the alignment. In this case, I want it to go on the right. How big? That's actually about a good size. So I'm going to insert that into the post. And so let's look at some options. So when publishing, I can publish it. It's set to immediately. That's the default. But maybe I don't want to publish it now. Maybe I can actually come in and pick a time when I want it to publish. So maybe I'm writing a St. Patrick's Day post and I need it to post on that day, although I'm writing it now, but I don't want to publish it right now. So I can actually put the date and time in. I can also choose how I want my post to show. The default is public. I can password protect the post, or I can make it private. Making it private means that you have to have the URL in order to see the post. So you can make your decision there. Right now we're just going to do public, and we're going to publish it immediately. So you want to put it in a category. So right now I'm going to make a new category just to show you how easy this is. I'm going to put just subdivisions. And you can make these anything you want. Think about SEO. I could have put subdivisions North Scottsdale, subdivisions 85260. Whatever SEO, that's probably better for another conversation. In this tutorial, we're just looking at functionality of WordPress. So, the tags here. You're only going to find tags on posts. These are not on pages. Tags just help a visitor see quickly what the post is about. So if you're writing about Sweetwater Ranch, you don't need to put in Mountain View Ranch and every other ranch outside of Sweetwater Ranch. It's confusing. It's also confusing for the for the search engines. So just be concise and tell Google what the post is about. There's also the SEO settings are built. I didn't go over it in the class, but the SEO settings are built right into the post. You don't have to worry about it. The only thing you need to really worry about is the title, the description, and the keywords. Those are the only three things you need to fill out. Again, I'm not going to talk about that here. I do have on my website at newvidia.com, I have some tutorials on search engine optimization under training programs. You really want to watch this tutorial here, SEO Training. In 1 hour, it'll give you the context for search engine optimization you need to start getting your head around to be more effective online. I also recommend there's a content writing class as well. Very good. You really want to start getting your head around that as well. All right, so let's get back to the post. I'm not going to do any keywords just for time on here. Again, watch the tutorial. So I'm going to publish it now, and I'm going to go visit the website and take a look at what I got over here. And there's the post. And there is my text with picture. Okay. All right, so let's say I want to put a video in. Depending on how your web developer has set up your website, that can be done in a couple of different ways. For this site, I'll show you how we do that. I'll just pick a video I did. Since we're looking at Sean Hahn's website, let's use his. So what I need to do is I'm going to come down, I'm going to grab
I'm Sean
the
Hahn
link
with West
here.
USA Realty. I want to show you 9039 West Clara Lane in Peoria. It's a great house, 3-bed, 2-bath with a den.
So then we're going to come back to the editor, and I'm going to put in the video here with a link. Depending on how your web developer set it up, in this case I can just do HTTP, and I have to put a little V in right here. That stands for video. And I'm going to come over to update. And let's do a refresh here. And I have a video. Now, if you'll have to talk to everybody's WordPress site is a little bit different. The other thing you might need to do to get your video in is come over to the video, and you need to get an embed code. So if it doesn't work this way, this is what you're going to need. Let's take a look at the WordPress menu. Right now I've got, let's say I want to put about me under contact me. So pretty easy to do. Let's go to appearance, let's go to menus, and I can see there's about me, it's here. If I want to put this under contact me, I just drag it. And I need to hit save. The menus in here are all drag and drop. Maybe if I can move the home button anywhere I want. Not that I'd want to. I think I like it right there. If I want to make a drop down on something, all I have to do is, for my listings, now that's a drop down. So let's just test that out, and we'll see the changes here real quick. Let's refresh. You can see some of these tabs are going to disappear, but they've moved. So I've got about me is now here. In my listings, I've moved the sellers is here, and that's pretty easy to do. So let's go, we'll move those back. So again, to move that back, all I'm doing is dragging it over to the left to line up. And about me, let's take that back out. Let's put that over here, hit save. And they're all moved back. All right, so now well, first of all, when I publish anything to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, other social networks, I'm doing it from my website. And I do that through a plugin. Just as an example, in Jetpack is what I use on my website to automatically publish things to my social media. And there's thousands of plugins. Jetpack's only one of them, but inside Jetpack there's a lot of cool things. Publicize is the tool I use to automatically publish from my website to other social networks. I'm not going to set that up on here. That might be a different video. But this is where I do it from. There's tools for just about everything. On my site here, this is a plugin. So I want people to share my website if they see something cool on here. It's great if they share that. So the other thing we're going to look at, we did a real brief demonstration of the Get Found IDX, which is the IDX that we're using over here. And it's a really great, simple way to create a ton of content in the niches that you want to get found for. It's actually the only IDX solution that you can customize exactly how you want to be found in the search engines, and it's unique. There are other indexable IDX solutions, but they all give everybody the same data, which means only a few people are going to have the benefit of being optimized for that as unique content on their website. So let's just I'm going to do one quick post. Let's go back to the post we did here. And so we need to be in the visual tab to make this work. So to add a subdivision, all I need to do is click on this house. Now in this example, I'm going to use Sweetwater Ranch because my post is already Sweetwater Ranch. Whoop. And I'll click wildcard. So let's insert that into the post. Update. And we'll come back to this here. And it put in 13 results. Now, what those 13 results are all properties. Now, these are all in Sweetwater Ranch. And one thing to notice is this permalink structure. You can make this however you want. And in a short amount of time, I just made 13 pages of content. So to get all this data into my website would take a very long time. Now get your head around this. So Sean, in this example, he's optimizing for Scottsdale. There's almost 3,900 properties for sale in Scottsdale. That's almost 3,900 pages of content in his website that can be indexed by Google. The more pages you have online, the more likely you are to get found. Now, it is good to set up broad searches like this, and you want to really start drilling it down into, neighborhoods, subdivisions, schools. You can make whatever variable exists in Armless, you can make searches out of. Schools in 85260, golf course lots 85255, and what price, whatever you can, whatever variable exists in Armless, you can do. You can create thousands and thousands and thousands of pages on your website. Awesome. So I think that's going to be where I'm going to stop for here. If you have any questions, you can reach me at dmason@nuvidia.com, and I look forward to seeing you at the next class. Thanks.
I'm going to do Tremaine Park in Chandler, Arizona. So first of all, normally you would come into starting a new blog post or a new page, and you would pick your title, something like this: Tremaine Park Homes for Sale, Tremaine Park Listings for Sale, latest listings in Tremaine Park, latest properties in Tremaine Park. There's a wide variety of ways to spell it out. I recommend you try them all. You're also going to want to write at least 100 words to 200, maybe 150, 200 words on Tremaine Park, mentioning schools in the area, cross streets in the area, perhaps restaurants in the area, employers in the area, a variety of things. I'm not going to do that with this specific blog post. I'm just going to show you how to use the Get Found IDX GUI to add listings to, or the specific listings for this subdivision right to your blog post. So I'm going to click this button here, which is our GUI, and I'm picking that, and you'll notice you can do residential, rental, land and lots. There may be a time when you see other items up here, and you'll just have to click whichever you're trying to do. But for now, we're going to stick with residential because that's mostly what we deal with this IDX. We pre-populate three things: city, sub, and zip, so that you can quickly add a subdivision search if you want, which is what we're going to do in our case. For now, I'm going to do Tremaine Park. So I'm actually going to do the subdivision Tremaine Park, and I'm going to click wildcard search because I don't know all the other ways that agents put in Tremaine Park. I may have to come back here and edit this and only look for Tremaine, depending on whether people use Tremaine Park or not. So we'll find out. So first, that's my subdivision. I'm going to do a wildcard, and then I'm going to pick Chandler. I don't need to do a wildcard search because people aren't going to mess up how to spell Chandler. So that's what I'm going to do here. Next, I don't know whether there's many properties for sale in Tremaine Park. You will know your subdivisions and where you're doing searches as to whether you need to use a backup query. But what this does is allows you to specify some other option of house if there's no listings for Tremaine Park. So you click backup query, gives you the same screen. And I know that Tremaine Park is in 85225 zip code. I don't really need to put in city because this is going to be very specific to zip code. And I'm going to change my message here to say 0 results message. So we're going to say sorry, or I'm going to actually say at this time, there are no homes for sale in Tremaine Park. However, below is a list of the latest listings in 85225 Tremaine Park's zip code. Okay, now I'm going to publish this. I'm going to show 10. I'm going to show 10 properties per page. It will show sorting. It will show paging. It will show the map. So I'm just going to put this in, and you'll notice that I'm looking at City of Chandler, Subdivision Tremaine Park. That semicolon there means wildcard, and this equal sign means exactly I'm looking for Chandler. Okay. Now I'm going to add this to my category that I've already set up called Chandler Communities, because I've written other blog posts. And at this point, I'm ready to publish this. So I'm going to publish it, and let's see what we get. I'm going to view post, and I've got 2 listings in Tremaine Park. Okay, so just for me checking to see if the realtors who are working in this neighborhood know what they're talking about, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out Park, and I'm just going to do a wildcard search on Tremaine in Chandler. So let's see if this changes my results. So we'll refresh, and it still says 2. So I'm pretty sure that people are using Tremaine Park correctly. And I'm going to go back and change this. You don't have to necessarily, but I'm convinced in what I just looked at that people are using the name Tremaine Park. So I'm going to change it and leave it like that. You also can, to change things inside your shortcode, if you don't feel comfortable here, is if you highlight everything in that shortcode from bracket to bracket, and then you click the GUI button again, everything will pre-populate back in just as you had set it up, and it works perfectly, so you can make your changes here if you want. Okay? So that's how you add a subdivision search to a blog post, just like what we did. I'm going to end the video here and do another one shortly on another topic.